Welcome to yoga. If you are watching this on the Wellness Channel, good for you. Welcome to this recording. Reminder, you can always join me live Wednesdays at 4:30. Today, we're going to have a little fun. This is our third session in a 5-week sort of session, third workshop in a 5-week session. So we're kind of at the hump, at the apex. So we're going to play today. We're going to get out of our heads. We're going to work with the wall. So I've set up my mat with the short side against a wall. So you should, if you're using the recording, go ahead and pause and set your mat up so that the short side is against a door or a wall, something sturdy. And if you don't have a wall, you'll just have to modify. You can use like a dresser, and you can do all of this on the floor, using the floor. Using the wall is sort of a modified, lighter version of working on the floor. So I thought we would just play with the idea of doing some yoga poses and some strengthening and some stretching using some resistance today. All right, well, just to start us off, let's just stand in mountain Tadasana, and let's put our right hand on our low belly and our left hand on our heart. And we'll just kind of settle ourselves in. We're going to do this, the 4-count inhale and the 6-count exhale. So go ahead and just close your eyes. Notice your regular breathing pattern. Settle yourself, find your balance on the whole foot. So make sure all 4 corners of each foot are rooted. Maybe just take a little sigh. And when you're ready, elongate your inhale through the nose to a 4-count breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Little pause. 6-count exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Repeat. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Little pause. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last time. Inhale. 4-count. Exhale. 6-count. And just return to your normal breath. Maybe give your heart and your lower belly a little rub, a little pat. Maybe switch hands. And shake it out. So that elongated exhale just activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which connects to grounding and resetting. So just whenever you need to ground or reset, just make sure you take a long exhale. A big sigh always helps. And speaking of which, let's take a nice big sigh. Let's inhale, taking the shoulders to the ears. Hold the breath, and on the exhale, big sigh. Release the shoulders. Ha! One more time. Ah. Sorry, lied. One more time. Ah. Good. Let's just take a nice inhale, sweeping the arms up above the head. And above the head, let the arms, the hands cross. You can't see them because they're above the screen. But I'm crossing my hands, and then I'm opening up a curtain. So I'm opening up the curtain as I dive through. My knees are bent. And as they bend over the toes, I cross the arms again. And then I scoop the energy in, gather in the energy around, cross the arms, spread the curtain, dive through the arch, bend the knees, curve the back, cross the arms, swoop the energy up. So we're just doing a very slow but active full body sort of regeneration here to start our yoga practice. Spreading the curtain, scooping the belly, gathering the energy. Inhale, exhale, spread the curtain. Exhale, inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive. Inhale, gather. Exhale, dive. Inhale, gather. One more time. Exhale, dive. Inhale, gather, and let's pull that energy together in our hands, between the hands in prayer, and just give them a little rub here. Rub those palms together, activate the heat there. It's going to feel a little uncomfortable. Not something we do a lot. Keep rubbing, keep rubbing, keep rubbing, keep rubbing. And then when you can't take it anymore, just take that heat and just put it gently over your eyes. Hold it there. Big breath in, big breath out. Inhale and just take the hands down the side of the face. Maybe give yourself a little face massage, neck massage, chest massage. All right, good. So we are here in our body. We're gonna turn towards the wall. I'm placing my hands on the wall so that when I push back, it creates somewhat of a right angle with my body. You don't want to go too low, maybe just above where your hips are. So right here, this is just already a lovely stretch. Go ahead and just bend the knees a few times here over the toes and straighten. You want to lift the belly button towards the spine. So already we're engaging that. Now I'm wrapping my shoulders down and out, away from each other and down. Scapulas are spread wide. Sits bones is really reaching towards the wall behind me. So I'm just bending the knees and lengthening. And I'm always pressing into the wall. So the wall is our resistance today. We're actively engaging those arms, the hands, the wrists, the shoulders, by pressing into the wall. Now it's not as much as when we're in down dog, because we don't have our body weight pressing into our wrist. The floor is taking a lot of our body weight. So this working with the wall is a really great way of sort of an intermediary level of strengthening and stretching within the yoga framework. I'm also wagging my tail a little bit here and wagging my rib cage. Good. So now come to that right angle. We're going to start with the belly button scooping towards the spine, which then curves and scoops the pelvis. We're going to let that ripple up the spine. I'm taking my hands a little bit higher. And then we're going to go ahead and let the pelvis drop towards the wall and look up. So we're kind of going through into an up dog. So here's our wall down dog. And then we're scooping the pelvis vertebrae by vertebrae through the spine all the way through. Now, if you want, you can take a little slight bending of the elbows and press the pelvis forward, look up. Let's do that 3 more times. Find your right angle. And scoop, 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 and elbows are tight towards the rib cage. Look up, press the palms into the wall, push back. And again, scoop, vertebrae by vertebrae through the spine. And then slowly Bend the elbows, chest comes towards the wall. Look up and push back. Last time. Rolling through. All the way through. Let the pelvis tight glutes here. Yeah, tight glutes. Press the hands into the wall. And come back. Good. Walk the hands towards the wall and let's just shake out those wrists. Ooh, yeah, feels good. All right. Coming back to the wall. Walk your feet slightly away, hands around shoulder height. We're going to press the right knee forward and the right heel off the floor, and then come up and then press the left knee forward and the left heel comes up. So we're really going up through a high releve and then down and pressing the heel. Can't really see, isn't it? Modify my screen so you can see a little bit more. So you're really pressing that heel of the standing leg, the straight leg, into the mat. So this is a calf stretch. And we're a calf strengthener because we're doing that little rise in between. We don't pay a lot of attention to our calves in yoga, but they get really worked. So let's just take a minute to honor them by rising and pressing through the toes of each foot, lifting the heel of each foot and reaching the heel down towards the mat. Again, make sure you're maintaining a nice resistance against the wall. I'm doing an inhale for each movement and an exhale for each movement. You can do a breath sequence that fits your body, your timing. Good. All right, raise up both heels. Let's take the hands off the wall and see if we can balance. Core is tight. Heels are high as they can be off the floor. Feel the calves at work. And then slowly lower. Come a little closer to the wall. Let's bend the knees over the toes. Press through the toes. Lift and let the heels come down. Now reverse. Heels come up. Knees press over. Heels come to the floor. And straighten. One more time. Bend the knees over the toes. Press the heels up as high as they can go. Lift through that high releve and then lower the heel down to the floor slowly. Reverse that. Lift and press and heels and knees. Good. You can do that again. Or you can actually take your hands off the wall. So let's try that. Knees press over the toes. Core is strong. Heels come up as high as they can go. Then you lift. Then the heels lower. Then the heels lift. Press the knees. Lower the heels. Helping me to put my hands on my waist. One more time. Knees bend, heels lift, legs lengthen, heels lower, reverse, heels lift, knees over toes, heels to the mat, and lengthen. Woo! Some balance challenge there. All right, bring the hands back to the wall. About shoulder height. Walk away from the floor, from the wall, just enough so that your heels are just sort of brushing the mat. We're just going to do some tricep dips here. So little half push-ups. We're going to come down to the wall, coming into almost like dolphin, and then press up. So we're just doing a little tricep pump, bringing the elbows as close to the wall as we can and back up. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Keep going. So we're basically going from a full plank to a half plank, as if we were on the floor, but we're doing it on the wall. If we were on the floor, this would be a lot harder. So this is a nice intermediate step. Intermediate step. Good. All right. Walk the feet a little closer to the wall and actually come down onto your forearms as if you were in a half plank on the floor. What we're going to do is we're going to plant our feet where they are on the mat. We're going to inhale, open up the side body, keeping the hips pointing towards the wall. Open up from the waist up and do a little spinal twist. Coming back to the wall. Inhale, open on the right side. Looking over that shoulder. And return. Keep going, switching sides. See if you can really push the forearm into the wall to use as traction to get that little twist going. My left shoulder is doing its little activation. Ooh. This is a kind of nice challenge. Instead of having the full weight of the body on our arms, we get to use the wall, take some of that pressure, some of that weight off. Good. All right. Push on back and let's come into that right angle one more time. That should feel really good. Let's just do a few more plies here. Bend the knees over the toes and straighten. Wrap those shoulders away from each other and down. Good. Now we're going to take that right leg out and up. Push away from the wall. Push away from the wall. Let's flex the right foot. Let's get the heel really stomping that back wall. Engage the core. Breathe here. Kind of doing a warrior 3, but we're doing it with the wall. And release that leg. Let's try the left. Start low, lengthen that leg up. And then when you get as high as you can, flex that heel. Try to point the left hip bone down towards the mat, but get the leg as high as it will go. Breathe. On the exhale, lower that leg. Good. Walk the hands forward and just take the hands off the wall. Give them a little shake. Maybe a little figure 8 with the upper body. Loose, heavy head. Shake it, no. Shake it, yes. Good. We're going to come back to that right angle. Find your right angle. And take that right leg out. Same thing we just did. This time we're going to do little toe taps. So flex that foot, bring it down, tap the toe and lift. We're going to inhale as the leg comes down, exhale as we lift. That was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep pressing against the wall. And last one, 7. Good. Bring it down. Walk the hands forward. Release. If you want, you can just take the top of the palm to the wall and just stretch the wrist in the opposite direction for a minute. Roll the head to one direction and then the other. All right, let's do the other side. Find your right angle. Lift the belly button towards the spine. Don't let the chest fall. Wrap the corset around the rib cage. Take the left leg up and out. And let's tap it 7 times. Exhale as you lift. Make sure as you continue to do this, you don't bend the right elbow. There's a tendency to want to bend that elbow. You want to keep both arms nice and activated equally. That's going to keep your pelvis square. And that's going to activate the back, the hamstring of that left leg. I have no idea what number this is because I was counting. I think I had 2 more. I wasn't counting, I was talking. And release. Walk those feet forward and shake it out. Little rib cage circles here. Good, getting the body heated up. We've got triceps, we got the hamstrings. I'm gonna switch walls here. Let's take a nice wide stance on our mat. Take the hands to the wall. And we're just gonna do a little shift side to side. So take the right knee over the right toes, and then the left knee over the left toes. So find a spot where you can kind of leave the hands where they are. And you're pushing away from the wall. The whole palm is on the wall. The weight of the pelvis is back. So as you shift, you're really getting that inner thigh stretch. And you're pumping those legs. Side to side. All right. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, keep those arms long. Good. Now when you get to the right, let's stay there. Bring your left palm right in front of your head. Open up the right arm and look behind you. See if you can look over that right shoulder. Let's take the hand a little further up the wall. My right knee is still bent, my left leg is straight. Switch sides. Take the right hand to the wall, shift the weight over the left. This is my funky shoulder, so I'm gonna actually take my hand to my waist and I'm looking over my left shoulder. If you can extend the arm, do that. Twist, 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 push into the wall and release. Beautiful. Great. So let's see if I'm forgetting anything I wanted to do. Grab some water. Let's come down to our mat. And now we're gonna actually do some booty and core work. And this is kind of fun. We're gonna scoot ourselves. Can you see me? Yeah. Scoot our pelvis all the way down to where the floor meets the wall. Oh, this feels good. Oh, just take a minute, just put your hands on your belly and let your legs kind of just fall and melt into the earth here. If you want, you can take a little jiggle. I put my thumbs right in the crease of my hip there. I'm just giving my pelvis a little jiggle. Oh, this feels good to get the legs up on the wall. Beautiful. Let's take the arms above the head. I'm actually going to bring them in prayer. Take a nice inhale here. I'm activating the legs now, sending the heels to the ceiling. On the exhale, I'm peeling my upper body off the floor and I'm reaching that prayer towards the center of those 2 feet. I'm going to take a nice inhale here. And on the exhale, I'm going to punch my belly button a little further towards my spine and then release down slowly for the inhale. Exhale. The prayer comes forward like an arrow. We inhale and then we shoot the arrow through that little hole between our feet. And then we inhale and reset. Exhale, arrow comes up. Inhale and higher up. Inhale, return. Let's do 3 more. I think that was 3. Beautiful. Go ahead and just bring the knees to the chest. And then open up the knees and bring the soles of the feet together. And just gently press the knees toward the wall. Drop the shoulders, release the jaw. So this is kind of like doing butterfly when we're seated. But this time we're just using the wall. Our back is beautifully and deliciously released, especially the lower back, into the mat. I'm actually massaging my quad and my inner thigh as I kind of push the base of my palm down the leg and then over the knee. So just gently kind of pressing those thighs towards the wall. Feels really nice. And then you can just hold the knees. Take a deep breath, exhale. Good. All right. Go ahead and walk the booty lightly away from the wall, about maybe a foot away from the wall, and place the feet flat on the wall. We're going to have our hands actually above our head one more time. We're going to inhale. On the exhale, we're going to work the glutes now. We're going to press into a bridge, and the arms are going to come forward. Again, like an arrow, between the knees. Inhale, the pelvis comes down, slow and steady. Exhale, we press the feet into the wall. And we bring the pelvis up. The fingertips point between the knees. Inhale, lengthen onto the floor. This should feel so delicious. Exhale, use the wall. Now we're really playing outside the form, the yoga form today. Some of this is very non-traditional, but you can see that the shapes are there. We do bridge almost every time we do yoga class. And usually we do it with our feet on the floor. This time we're using a wall. So we're just playing, freeing ourselves from this idea that there has to be one way, but we're honoring the roots of the form, the structure of the form, the breath. I mean, that is the core principle of the pranayama, the life force. So really use that exhale. Press the feet into the wall, tight glutes. You can feel those hamstrings just going, hello. Matching the movement of the breath with the movement of the body. Let's stay up here in bridge. Take the hands down to the mat, palms down. See if you can get the pelvis a little higher. Ooh, press the heels into the wall. Hold and breathe. On your next exhale, slowly work from the top of the back through the thoracic, back through the mid, back through the low back, all the way down to the sacrum and the pelvis, and bring yourself flat. Good. Beautiful. Take the legs off the wall, just shake them a minute. All right. We're going to keep our feet flat on the wall. And we're going to press into bridge one more time. Inhale. On the exhale, scoop the belly button towards the spine, lift the pelvis, come all the way up. Now, if you can come up to your shoulders with your heels still touching the wall, go ahead and do that. Find that dynamic line from the top of the knee all the way down to the chin. Now, you can stay here, or if you want, you can do a little march. We've done this with our feet on the ground. Lifting the knee and the thigh towards the chest, and then pressing it back to the wall. Inhale, exhale. You can stay just in this high bridge, or you can do a little march. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. Keep pressing the pelvis as high as it can be. It's going to want to drop. Every time you notice it dropping, just give it a little nudge. Energize those glutes. One more time on each side. And reverse the curve slowly, slowly, slowly. Good. And let the knees fall open. If you want, actually, let's scoot a little bit away from the wall and just bring the soles of the feet together on the floor this time. Let the knees fall open. You can do a little rock here. Good. All right. Feet flat on the wall one more time. We're going to take the arms above the head in prayer. We're going to inhale here. On the exhale, we're going to keep the arms as close to the ears as possible as we lift off the ground. And then we're going to let them shoot, kind of slice to the outside of the left thigh. And then we're going to return to the mat, prayer above the head. Exhale like a slice coming all the way up to the other side, slicing the right. Inhale, recover. Exhale, slice to the left. Inhale, recover. This is a slow and controlled movement. We don't do a lot of reps. We do a few slow and controlled and thoughtful movements so we can really activate. Now, I want you to remember to press your feet against the wall. That's going to activate the quads too, yeah? So that's the resistance here. We're not just working the core. We've got that pressure going, pressing the wall. And rest. Ooh, beautiful. Take the feet off the wall. Let the knees fall to the left. Look over your right shoulder. And let the knees fall to the right. And look over your left shoulder. All right. Go ahead and find a way to come to sitting. Feels comfortable for you. I'm gonna go ahead and come to my knees. I'm actually gonna grab my blocks and I'm gonna put them behind me. So I'm sitting on my blocks and my knees have a little extra cushion in front. And we are going to do our 20 breaths. That was our warm up. And we'll reset ourselves in the vertical plane here. So 20 breaths in your own time, reaching up on the inhale, exhale, coming through prayer. Three more. Interlace the fingers, send the palms to the ceiling, walk the shoulders up the ladder, one at a time. Fingertips slowly come down. Beautiful. Okay, let's stand. We're going to do a few standing poses and get vertical here. So I think I need to turn this up a little bit. All right. So if you have blocks, let's use them today. Kind of fun. We don't have to have them, but they're kind of nice. We're gonna start. I'm gonna have blocks on either side of the top of my mat. We're gonna start with an eagle leg pose. So I'm gonna put my. Let's see which one do I do. I'm gonna put my left block right outside my left pinky toe. It's gonna be a little bit complicated here, but I think you'll be able to see me. I'll be beheaded, but you can see me. All right, so we're gonna come into, let's just come into chair first. Let's find our chair. Oh, so belly lifted, shoulders down, arms, forearms should be kind of right by our ears. A lot of time we have the arms here, but we want the arms shooting right off the spine. Go ahead and lift the right leg off the ground, and I'm using my block to rest my toe. You could do a double bind here if you can, but today we're just going to play with resting that toe on the block. It feels nice. Feels supported. Staying here, we're going to inhale, lift that thigh off the back of the leg and send it forward back. My Lord, I'm losing my mind here. Into warrior three. So we did this using the wall earlier. This time we're relying on our own balance. Go ahead and bend the left knee, place the right heel on the mat, and let's bring the arms all the way up into warrior one. Breathe in warrior one. Beautiful. Open to warrior two. Line up the pelvis there. One hip bone right behind the other. Find your warrior two. Sink a little lower. Wrap those legs. Lengthen the left leg, reach. And go ahead and tilt if you want to use your block into triangle pose. Breathe. Okay, we're going to do something a little different. Look towards your mat. Bring the right hand down to the mat and lift the back heel. Heel toe your left leg across your mat. And then heel toe or hop your right leg to the other side of your mat. So your legs are crossing. I've got my blocks on either side of my left foot. This is going to feel a little funky, but let's try it. Go ahead and straighten the left leg and bend the right. Woo! This is a playful version of a stretch we do all the time on the mat. It's kind of like a plow. Let's return back to where we were before with the left leg bent. Go ahead and drop the right knee, untuck the toes, and then let the left knee fall to the mat for pigeon. Walk your knee back, and let's just hang out here for a second. Find a place where you can be comfortable in pigeon. Now, a lot of people say they can't do pigeon because they have this idea that this part of their leg, the lower part of their leg, has to be parallel to the top of their mat. That is a myth. Some bodies do that. Some bodies don't. It does not mean you're not doing pigeon if you cannot get your lower leg parallel to the top of your mat. So wherever your leg is where it's supposed to be. I'm going to come down onto my elbows. If you want, you can lay your whole chest down onto the mat. I like to just bring my hands in prayer and let my forehead kind of fall into my two thumbs. Trying to maintain my shoulders dropped so they don't creep up by my ears. Couple deep breaths here in pigeon. And on an exhale, come out of the pose. Take your palms to the mat. Tuck your back toe and send that left leg back into down dog and feel how delicious it feels to do a real down dog without the wall. Tread the feet. This is what it's all about. Find that perfect triangle that you're creating with your upper body, your lower body, and the floor. You can either walk or jump the feet to the hands. Come into a nice forward fold. And then slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, roll up to standing. And we'll do the other side. Place block on the outside of your right foot. Come into chair. Find your chair. Lift the left leg off, cross it on top, and then just gently let the tips of your toes balance on the block. No need to push it today. We're really finding the subtle beauty of this eagle pose just with the crossed leg. Using all of our core and balance, we lift that leg off the thigh and we send the leg back into warrior three. Woo, balance challenge there. Now you can leave your arms above the head. You can take them side. We didn't do that on the last side, but it's always an option to move the arms around where you want them. This side is a lot more wobbly. Bend the right knee, step the left foot back, drop the heel, and come into warrior one. Breathe. Proud warrior. Open up the hips. Right hip, the left hip behind the right. Warrior two. Ooh, my left arm is so much lower. Look at that. Oh, shoulders. Lengthen that front leg. Tilt into triangle. Use that block if you want. Here we get to the fun part. Look down at the mat. Bend the right knee. Hands come to the mat. Heel toe, the right foot over to the left edge of your mat. And bounce or hop the left foot to the right edge of your mat. I've got my blocks on either side of my left foot. We're going to lengthen the right leg and bend the left. That automatically brings our torso and drapes it over that front leg. Breathe here. This is a no joke pose. If the breath gets heavy, let it get heavy. And return, bending that front leg, and then bringing the back leg over to the left side of the mat. Drop the knee, untuck the toe, and let the right knee fall to the right. I like to back my hips up slightly here and find my pigeon. And then when you're ready, you can come down onto your forearms or all the way down, dropping your chest to the floor with your arms above your head. Whatever feels good for you today. There's days where we can fall straight to the floor and it doesn't feel like anything. And there are days when we have to stay up here, and that's good enough. So we tune into what our body needs in the moment, what it's asking for. And we listen. And when you're ready, on an exhale, you bring yourself back up, palms to the mat, tuck that back toe, send the right leg back into down dog. And let's just take 3 big breaths here in down dog. Roll the spine into plank, which is what we did at the wall earlier. Let the pelvis drop slightly. Let's come into up dog, which we did earlier on the wall. And then press the booty back into down dog. One more time. Roll through the spine. Low back, mid back, upper back, neck, head, come into plank. Drop the pelvis slowly with control. Keep the shoulders down, look up, and down dog. Last time. And roll through. Whew. to plank. Slowly with control, tight glutes, lower the pelvis towards the mat, look up, chest forward, and back to down dog. Drop the knees to the mat, lower the chest onto the thighs, come into prayer or child's pose, whatever feels good to you. And let's just breathe. And come all the way up. And swing those legs around. We're going to take the right foot inside the left thigh. Square those hips. Engage that left foot, sitting nice and tall. I just noticed that my natural inclination is to lean forward. Make sure that your shoulders are over your pelvis. That immediately engaged my core. Wow. Interesting. Inhale, look up. Exhale, lengthen further up, and then fold the torso over that front leg and just release, paying extra special attention to the right side of your body. See if you can wrap the right side of your body down towards the mat. Breathe here. Release the foot, walk the hands up the leg. Pick that right knee up. And let's wrap the left arm around that knee. Lengthen the right arm up and look out and over, spinal twist. If you want, you can also take the elbow to the outside of the knee and use that as traction to even further gently twist the rib cage above the waist. Drop those shoulders. Oh, that just helped. Instead of propping my fingers, I planted my palm, and that just immediately gave me a lot more space between my shoulder and my ear. Release that. Woo. Shake it out. Take the bottom of the left foot, place it to the inside of the right thigh. Set yourself up, shoulders over hips. Inhale. Lengthen, take the arms up. Lengthen a little further as you fold like a piece of paper over that leg, wrapping the left side of the torso down towards the mat. Sigh. Let it go. Walk the hands, slowly up the leg, lift that knee, wrap the elbow around the left knee, inhale, lift the arm, left arm, exhale, twist back, place the hand behind the back. If you want to hug the knee to the chest and twist, that's one option, or you can actually take the right elbow to the outside of the left knee and use that as an additional traction to twist over the left shoulder. And untwist. Whew. Little butterfly legs here for a second. Good. Let's come onto our backs. Let's go ahead and extend the left leg, hug the right knee to the chest. And go ahead and just walk, extend the leg, and either grab hold of your bottom of your leggings or your sweats, or take your 2 fingers and hook them around your big toe. And send the left arm out to the side, palm down. We're just gonna stay here. Now, if your leg is here, and that's where it needs to be because that's where it can be when to lengthen it, this is good. Grab hold of the pants and let it be where it needs to be. Your emphasis in this stretch is the hamstring. So wherever the hamstring tells you where to put your leg is where you put it. You want to try to release and exhale into the stretch. Take your left arm and grab hold of your pants. Cross the leg across your body. Stick your thumb into the crease where your hip meets and the leg and push it down as you pull the leg across your body. If you want, you can even sickle the foot. So we're getting the IT band there. If this makes you nauseous, like it does me, you're doing the right thing. And gently lower that leg. Hug the left knee to your chest. Extend the leg. Grab hold of your legging or your calf or the back of your thigh. Just don't grab the knee. Or hook your fingers around that big toe. Breathe here. Cross the other hand across the body. Let the leg fall across the body. Let the big toe kind of fall towards the ground. So you're sickling, you're turning your foot in. Hook your left thumb into where that hip joint meets the leg and push it away from you. Try not to grip there. Release. And let that leg fall gently to the floor. Windshield wiper those legs. Good. All right. Bring the legs up into L. So now we're basically going to do what we did at the wall earlier, but we're going to do it without the wall. And I want you to kind of notice how you feel, if you feel different, the same, what's going on that's different and similar to what we did and how we felt when we did this with our legs up the wall. Inhale, exhale, the arrow comes up. We inhale, and the arrow shoots. Inhale, recover. Exhale, reach toward the toes. Inhale, exhale, release the arrow. One last time. Inhale as you recover. Exhale, bring it all the way up. Inhale, hold, exhale, shoot. And release. Did you feel stronger? Did you feel weaker? Did you feel more controlled, less controlled? There is no right or wrong. Did you feel like you had the form in your body already? Did you find more clarity? Did you find less clarity? What happened? Notice it all. So for Shavasana today, I'm going to invite you to put your legs up the wall and do your deep relaxation with your legs up on the wall like we did for a few minutes at the beginning of class. It's a wonderful way to take the pressure off of the legs, let the blood rush away from the feet. Our feet take so much from us. All right, I'm gonna dim the lights a little, and I'm going to pick a nice relaxing song for us. So find yourself into an easy Shavasana. You can do corpse pose or put your legs up the wall. And you're welcome to stay in Shavasana for as long as you want. Otherwise, come to seated and bring your hands to your heart, and we will seal our session today with gratitude for play, thinking outside of the box, trying different things, imagining different ways of being in the same old form, being creative, being open, and still honoring the core principle of yoga, the core principle of our own integrity. The spirit in me salutes the spirit in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for coming.